Welcome to Rogers TV's Canada Showcase. I'm your host, Mike Vecchio. To start the show, we acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Attawandaron, Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Lune-Pewauk peoples who have long-standing relationships to the land, water, and region of southwestern Ontario. The local First Nation communities of this area include Chippewas of the Thames First Nation, Oneida Nation of the Thames, and Munsee Delaware Nation. We value the significant historical and contemporary contributions of local and regional First Nations of Turtle Island. Today's program will feature stories from coast to coast from Rogers TV and Shaw Spolight stations across the country. We'll start right here in London at Lebat Park, the world's oldest continually operating baseball grounds.
Lebat Park is located at the forks of the Thames River in the heart of downtown London, Ontario. The park started life as Tecumseh Park in 1877. Lebat Park holds the distinction of being the oldest continually operated baseball grounds in the world. In 1994, Lebat Park was designated a historical site by London City Council. The park suffered the first of many floods in 1883, which saw the park's grandstand and seating destroyed. The ballpark would be renovated later that year. The grandstand was rebuilt and the baseball diamond was realigned. The original home plate was in present-day center field. The new location of home plate was moved to where center field was in the original diamond layout. The home plate would now faced east towards downtown London. In 1937, the park again suffered a major flood. Lebat Brewing Company, which at that point owned the land, donated $10,000 to rebuild the grandstand and fix up the clubhouses. Lebat at that point deeded the land to the City of London. Professional baseball has graced the park over the years. The two most popular versions came in 1990 and 1999. In 1990, the Detroit Tigers relocated their AA team to Lebat Park. Again, the ballpark underwent a renovation with major upgrades to lights, clubhouse, dugouts, concession, and it marked the first time an electronic scoreboard was installed at the ballpark. During the AA Tigers' time at Lebat Park, the park's head groundskeeper, Mike Regan, won the 1990 Bean Clay Award for Best Natural Grass Field in North America. The Tigers won the Eastern League Championship in 1990. The team relocated to Trenton, New Jersey in 1993 as the owners cited declining attendance as the reason. In 1999, the park would become home to the London Werewolves. The team played in the American-based Frontier League. The Werewolves would win the Frontier League Championship at Lebat Park in 1999. The following season, during the home opener, Ontario-born Brett Gray would make history. Gray struck out 25 batters in a single game. The park over the years has been used for more than just a baseball diamond. At one point or another, the park has hosted bicycle racing, soccer games, football, track and field, wrestling, professional wrestling, boxing, political rallies, show jumping, the RCMP musical ride, and was famously the venue for a 21-gun salute to Queen Elizabeth II during her visit in June of 1997. The ballpark has seen its fair share of famous baseball players pass through. 4 players of note are legendary pitcher Satchel Paige, who is in the Baseball Hall of Fame, Londoner George Gibson, who played in the major leagues for 14 years, 12 with the Pirates and 2 with the New York Giants. George would win the World Series in 1909 as his Pirates beat Ty Cobb's Detroit Tigers. Gibson would go on to manage the Pirates and the Chicago Cubs. Gibson was elected into the Canadian Hall of Fame and was inducted into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame in 1987. Gibson was elected into the London Sports Hall of Fame in its first class in 2001. Frank Coleman is another baseball player who played in London. Coleman is also credited with founding London's minor baseball system. Coleman founded the Eager Beaver Baseball Association in 1955. Coleman played in the major leagues for the Pittsburgh Pirates from 1942 to 1946, and then played for the New York Yankees from 1946 to 1947. While with the Yankees, Coleman's roommate was Baseball Hall of Famer Yogi Berra. Coleman entered the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame in the class of 1999 and was inducted into the London Sports Hall of Fame in 2005. Last, but certainly not least, is Chatham-born pitching legend Fergie Jenkins. Jenkins was the first Canadian elected into Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame in 1991. Jenkins was the first Canadian to win the NL Cy Young Award, which is given to the best pitcher in each of the two leagues. In 1987, Jenkins was inducted into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. Jenkins was made a member of the Order of Canada in 1979. For more information or tours of historic Lebat Park, you can visit lebatparktours.ca.
Next up, we head to New Brunswick, where students from around the world that are attending Bathurst High School tell us what Canada means to them.
Hi, my name is Kazuya. I'm from Japan.
Hi, my name is Alman. I'm from Germany.
Hi, my name is Abigail and I'm from Hungary.
Hello, I'm Mariam. I'm from Spain.
Hi, my name is Mattea and I'm from Germany.
Hi, I'm Sarina and I'm from Switzerland.
Hi, I'm Yonga. I'm from South Korea.
Hi, I'm Nicole and I'm from Italy.
Hi, my name is Nila and I'm from Germany.
Hi, my name is Fernando. I'm from Brazil.
Hi, my name is Nakita Kaipatinapong, but actually you can call me Mil and I'm from Thailand.
Hi, my name is Erika and I'm from Finland.
Hi, I'm Carlo and I'm from Germany.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Agathe, j'ai 15 ans et je viens de France.
Hi, my name is Christina and I'm from Germany.
Hello, my name is Demir and I'm from Turkey.
For me, what best represents Canada is like the friendly people and the friends that you make here. It's a whole good experience and knowing a different culture.
My favorite memory about Canada is when I played hockey for the first time at the outdoor rink.
One of the best things about Canada is watching the snow fall at night.
My best memory in Canada is definitely playing hockey under the Maple Leafs with my friends.
When I came here, I thought it would be just a year in my life in a different country, but after a little while I knew that Canada will be in a special place in my heart, and I learned a lot of new things here and a lot about myself, and I'm really thankful for my family and the people around me here who helps me continue my life in Canada.
Canada taught me my love for hockey.
My most favorite thing about Canada is nature.
From Canada, I've got a new lifelong friends.
For me, Canada has been good opportunity and peaceful, and it's also a true democracy also. Yeah.
I like Putin and hockey is best.
Canada means to me nice people, home and family and safety.
Canada means to me an unforgettable experience because I learned a lot of new things, and there are many differences to Switzerland.
For me, Canada means doing great plans with family and friends.
My best memory in Canada is when we went to the ranch in Fredericton because I met new people, we played broom ball and volleyball in the snow, and we did a lot of activities all together, and it was really nice.
Pour moi, le Canada, c'est un pays avec une immense culture à découvrir. C'est très intéressant et j'ai appris plein de choses depuis que je suis ici.
My biggest memory is hunting moose and eating moose.
anything is possible if you set your mind to it. We're all capable of doing so much more. And every day that I do this, I prove that to myself, time and time again. We are capable of so much more. This is nothing. This is just the beginning of my day. My name is Mike, and I'm hiking the Chief every day for a year. The Chief is Canada's largest sheer cliff, and it's located just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia. A lot of people come up here. It's the hardest hike of their life, and it normally takes anywhere between 45 minutes up or 4 hours. About 5 minutes left. Yeah. So every day I climb about 145 flights of steps. So if you imagine that to be a building, by the end of the year I will have reached the 50,000th floor. But you got to keep in mind I go up and down. So by the end of the year I will have reached 105,000 flights of steps climbed. I'm hiking the Chief every day for a year to raise awareness for the social services that are available to people suffering from mental health issues. One phone call changed my life and set me on a path towards getting better. I was suffering from some severe mental health issues related to some head trauma that I've occurred in my lifetime. I've had about 20 serious head injuries in my lifetime, living a pretty rough and tumble lifestyle. And at some point everything got pretty overwhelming for me. So one phone call to Vancouver Coastal Health put me in contact with somebody that pointed me in the right direction towards starting to get help. So I started this off with the intention of just getting going and letting everything else figure itself out as I go. I didn't have the right footwear, I didn't have the right outfit, I didn't have the right anything. But I didn't let that stop me, and I just started in skate shoes, my Vans skate shoes and my Vans ripped denim shorts, and it seems to be working out for me. I think the Chief helps me every day because it simplified my life in a drastic way. It's the hardest thing I can do. It puts me directly in nature, deep in my thoughts and in meditation, giving back to my community, and sharing space with people going through the exact same struggle. And it's a wonderful thing. Well, enchanté, have a wonderful day. You know what's cool about this hike is the amount of people I can come across that, I don't know, these small interactions really make my day. Today's a hot one, for sure. And you can change someone's entire life just by saying one little positive thing. Funny thing is, on the third day of me doing this, someone said to me, that's not sustainable. You doing this for a year seems impossible. And I really believe that was their limitations that they've set for themselves that they were projecting onto me. And every day I come up here, I really do think about that. And I kind of laugh at the same time that I get upset and frustrated. Because so many times in my lifetime, limitations of other people have been placed on me that have kept me from reaching my potential. And I'm proving that wrong every day. There is no day that I will not be able to do this hike. I've already done this hike in incredibly excruciating pain. I thought I broke my knee for 8 days, and I did it. And one day I did it crying, and one day I did it crying in the dark. I'm not stopping. I'm gonna be up here every single day because that's what I set out to do, and that's what I'm going to do. I have an Instagram page, I'm Mike from Montreal. I post a video of every day of me reaching the summit and ringing that bell, letting everybody know you can reach your impossible goal. One day at a time, one step at a time. This is somehow making me a better community member. It's making me a better parent. It's making me a better business owner. It's making me a better person. It's just changed my perception of my own limitations of what I'm capable of doing and what I'm capable of showing others they're capable of doing.
Taking your family across the world to live in a different country is a daunting task. A Moncton woman tells us about her experience with immigrating to Canada and why she chose the Great White North.
For many Canadians, Canada is the only country they've ever known. But for others, it's a new opportunity and a new life to get accustomed to. Demilola tells us about her journey that led her and her family to Canada.
Our Canadian journey, like I like to say, started with my husband exploring more opportunities with his career. And we had that conversation, and we got to find out that his profession was high in demand in New Brunswick. We applied for the provincial nomination stream, and we got nominated by New Brunswick. And we are here. He's doing his thing as a business navigator. And For me, it was an opportunity to start something new, to start my life afresh, to start a new career, to start a new journey, things I had always desired to do. Like one of them was blogging, and I found a new way to blog. I found the need to do that, to project my voice, lend my voice to the community, to the growing community of immigrants, Nigerians, Africans here in New Brunswick, and here I am.
Moving to Canada does pose certain challenges for newcomers, especially when it comes to our weather.
I did a lot of research about Canada. One of the things that points out really obviously to me about Canada was the fact that it is an extremely cold country. And when I say extremely cold, sometimes my deep freezers back home isn't as cold as the actual temperature here in Canada. It is a really cold country. And that I was not expecting. That was a rude shock.
After settling in, helping other immigrants became a passion.
Settling into Canada, into New Brunswick, Canada, was something that came along the line. It was something that I found the need for. Helping other people settle in was something that I discovered there was a gap. I am Nigerian, and we do have a platform where we share stories, where we share experiences, where we provide information and knowledge to others that are coming into Canada. However, I did find that not everybody would have access to those platforms, into those communities. And I wanted to do something beyond the Nigerian community. I didn't want to limit the information I was providing to the Nigerian community. So it was just, and it all started from sharing my experiences, the beautiful scenery of Canada, you know, the weather, the changes, experiences, places that I went to, things I found really amusing and interesting. And I found people asking me questions, and I felt like, okay, there was the need to provide some more information as to this, and that's how this all got me started into sharing stories.
And one unique opportunity that presented itself was producing a TV show right here on Rogers TV.
I am excited to start the show with Rogers TV on The Journey Amplified. And The Journey Amplified is all about sharing stories, newcomer stories, stories about immigrants, their experiences, what they find inspiring about New Brunswick, their experiences in entrepreneurship, their experiences as to how well they have settled, what opportunities they have found here in New Brunswick. I also do find that so many people out there still need to know about New Brunswick. People need to learn about the culture here, about the beautiful tourist province here in Canada. And that is what I will be doing with Rogers TV on The Journey Amplified.
When you look at the original picture of what was here, there was nothing here, right? It's crazy when you look around at the height of the trees now and think 110 years ago there was nothing. I just think about growing up on the farm I grew up on. The trees that I grew up watching grow came from one of the forest nursery stations. And I mean, that had a huge impact on our yard, right? Like, and our garden and our ability to grow our own food. So it had a huge impact. Norman Ross created a blueprint for the forestry farm, and within it he had 3 main mandates. There was tree propagation, yard beautification, and research. We've seen a couple of posters that we actually have pictures of an appeal to immigrate to Canada, and it showed these like little perfect farmyards with, you know, nice little hedges around them. They provided free trees so that then you could make your farmyard a little more windproof. they grew them for somewhere between 2 and 5 years. Then they would harvest them in the fall. And it wasn't long before they were shipping out thousands and thousands of trees a year. And I mean, in the end, it was in the millions of trees that they shipped out. It's amazing how much the trees in here have grown. The whole park, when you look at the planting plan, the whole park is set around this house being in this location. It is not an exaggeration at all. The trees that grew here definitely had a huge impact in the teens onward. And if you look at the dirty 30s, the shelter belts that were in place absolutely helped. There's a definite legacy to the trees that were given out.
After 2 years of being closed from the public, the Six Nations of the Grand River Reservation is now open. The reserve features many summer attractions as well as historic cultural facilities that all can enjoy. Let's take a look.
Six Nations of the Grand River is situated just 20 kilometers outside Brantford, Ontario, and 35 outside Hamilton. Demographically, the reserve is the largest in Canada with over 27,000 members, 12,800 of which live on the reserve. However, the amount of land the reserve is situated on is only a fraction of what was agreed upon in the Treaty of Haldimand. In the treaty, signed in 1784, the Crown agreed to sell 111,000 hectares of land to the Six Nations. This land was equal to 6 miles on either side of the Grand River, from just north of Dundalk to where the mouth of the Grand meets Lake Erie in Dunnville. Now, the Six Nations currently have 18,320 hectares, a minuscule piece of land compared to the original agreement, situated between Hagersville and Brantford. The Six Nations is comprised of the Seneca, Cayuga, Onondaga, Oneida, Mohawk, and Tuscarora Haudenosaunee nations. Led by a council of 9 councillors and Chief Mark Hill, the Six Nations welcomes all to come and enjoy their community throughout the year. The reserve has many different historical and cultural sites, as well as an extremely popular dirt track raceway. From camping to racing and even virtual reality, Jackie Jameson, Manager of Tourism and Community Development at Six Nations Tourism, tells us what you can do while visiting the reserve.
So Six Nations is open to anybody who's looking to come visit. If you want to come visit, you can definitely reach out to our office, the Six Nations Tourism Office. We have several cultural and historic sites. We have Chiefswood Park with brand new cabins that people can stay in. Camping, we're going to put in glamping very soon. So lots of things to see, restaurants, craft shops, there's lots to see and do. So we always have our powwow. So our annual powwow is coming up on July 23rd and 24th. They're in a new location, so they'll be at Ohsweken Speedway this year. We also have Ohsweken Speedway. They're open for racing Friday nights as long as the weather's good. Chiefswood Park is open. We have canoeing and kayaking. We have a new AR/VR system, so you can experience some of the culture through technologies. There's the Woodland Cultural Center, which is open for self-guided tours as well. And we also have the OSTTC Longhouse. They're open for they're open for tours by appointment. So we do have to pre-book that, but there's lots to see and do. And then our shopping and our restaurants are just open during their hours, ready to welcome anybody. Chiefswood Park does have some snowshoeing programming and different things like that, but it really does depend on the weather. We are open, it's just a little bit different in the winter. Yep, so Chiefswood Park has an open boat launch. There is a fee to use our boat launch, but you can come and launch your own boat. We also have canoe and kayak rentals here as well. And we do some programming around the canoeing and kayaking. So we do dawn paddles, dusk paddles, and then moonlit paddles as well. I would just like to say that we're open, we're welcoming everyone. We'd love to have you come and experience Indigenous tourism, especially authentic Indigenous tourism. It's becoming really popular within Canada, and we're just welcoming you here. Any questions you have, please call our office. We're very open to answering any questions that you may have, and we just hope to see you here this summer.
Ohsweken Speedway is a great way to get your need for speed for the entire family. Every Friday throughout the summer, the racetrack has thousands of spectators from all over Canada and the US experiencing the rush and adrenaline of dirt track racing. The races are live on YouTube at GeForce TV with coverage all year round. As we slowly return to a new normal while in the COVID-19 pandemic, take the time to visit your local Indigenous communities. Learn and enjoy their culture, read and reflect on the history, and remember to always take the time to listen. Visit sixnationstourism.ca and sixnations.ca to read all about the different opportunities to learn about the community. Follow Six Nations Tourism on Facebook and Twitter. You don't have to be from the area to enjoy the Six Nations. The reserve is just a stone's throw away from Hamilton International Airport, and they would love to have you. Thank you for watching.
This mural is a student-led project that is a cumulative art piece from numerous students of numerous backgrounds. There are a lot of facilitators like teachers and different artists that helped us along the way. It came about 2 years ago now during a brainstorming session with a few different students, and we wanted to raise awareness for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. I became involved through the Indigenous leadership class at Stellies Secondary. I was one of the students that was a part of the brainstorming process, and I worked with a lot of different students, and I worked with a few of the teachers at Stellies, and I had the honor of working with Sarah Jim and different elders from the community.
We all worked together to create this image of this powerful woman surrounded by medicines and ancestors, plants, animals, the land. We were working together to give each other strength, but also to give this woman strength and all those affected by the missing and murdered Indigenous women epidemic.
The mural is a constant reminder that change needs to be made, and I think the best way that people can do that is to view missing and murdered Indigenous women through an Indigenous lens. My last thoughts about the mural would be for people who see it to think about what it means to Indigenous people to have their art pieces be seen and their voices be heard, and to think about what it means to different families and different communities who have their own stories regarding missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. They need to be sincere and honest and have a level of sensitivity when talking about missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls.
That brings an end to this episode of Rogers TV's Canada Showcase. Be sure to catch the other episodes in this series for more stories from across the country. I'm Mike Vecchio. Thanks for watching.